Hello everybody, hope so everyone is doing great. Welcome. So today in this video I'm going to discuss on early text retrieval models. So we'll get to know what is this retrieval models and what does this have to relate with something like early text. So let's begin. So let's have a small introduction here. So information retrieval is the process of obtaining information system resource that are relevant to an information needed from of a collection of those resources. So here information retrieval is crucial in managing vast amount of unstructured data, enabling users to find relevant documents quickly and efficiently. So in the general day modern world, what we use is called as some search engines. So search engines are mainly used to or gather some structured data, whereas in the information retrieval models are mainly focused on gathering the unstructured data. So this is where the major difference plays between your text search or the information retrieval models. So let's have a small overview of a early model. So early text retrieval models laid the foundation of the modern information system. So the two most notable models are the Boolean model and the vector space model. So now let's understand what this Boolean model is. So let's keep it simple. So the Boolean model is a retrieval method that uses the Boolean logic. So we have all known what this Boolean logic is. It's simply and or not. So to retrieve documents based on the presence or absence of a specific items. So let's have a small example or a understanding of it. So a query representation. So queries are expressed as Boolean expressions. For example, A and B. So retrieves the document containing both A and B. So let's imagine A as something like your it can be like a pen, and B can be something like your color as blue. So when you're searching for a blue pen, so if the query or the information retrieval model is able to obtain both the values, that is the blue and the pen, so if the both the values are meeting and met, then we can use this AND condition. So in this situation where you want a blue pen, we can use like AND operation for retrieving the information related to a blue pen. And similarly you can use like OR operation, so where you are retrieving the pens in something like, it can be like either it should be a pen or either it should be in a blue color. So and you can also use similarly like A not B, where you can exclude documents containing B. So the same example can be taken, that is a pen and a color is blue. So you can exclude the color that is blue and just search for a pen, where you can find like all the varieties or all the types of pens you can find. So the term document index matrix. So a binary matrix representing the presence 1 or absence 0 of terms in document. This matrix is essential for processing the Boolean queries. So now what are the advantages of this Boolean model? So it mainly comes down to the simplicity and the user control. So in simplicity, it is easy to understand and implement due to its straightforward logic, where we have only like three logic, and user control. Users can precisely define their search criteria using the Boolean operators. And the limitations you can say are something like the ranking. So all the retrieved documents are treated equally, which may not meet the user expectations or relevance, because when all the things are treated equally, we cannot have any something like a search engine index optimization, where you can obtain one of the like best results possible. So in this model we treat most of the things as equal, so there is equality. So you cannot have something like a good one or a or a worst one there. You cannot filter it out. So complex queries. So complex queries can become very hard for users to formulate correctly. So it can be like very difficult when you are having something like 10 to 20 parameters set for your search, and you start looking for it, and you might not be able to meet all of them. And even it also becomes like very hard if you want to tweak or make any changes to it. So and we are having a vector space model then. So let's have a look on this model also. So vector space model. So vector space model represents documents and queries as vectors in multi-dimensional space, allowing for a measure of similarity between them. So vectors are nothing but something like a three-dimensional object, what you can imagine. So it consists of something like a nodes or vertices, so where you can map out each and every node or vertices on your own mathematical graph or a view. So the key concepts are something like a TF or IDF weighting. So where the document are weighted based on the term frequency and indivisible document frequency. So that help prioritize more relevant documents. So unlike the Boolean model, you can set some priorities in here. So similarly, we are also having another parameter in this that is called as cosine similarity. So a common method that is used to measure the similarity between the two vectors, allowing for ranking of documents based on the relevance to the query. We can say it's like a little bit advanced or a mediumly advanced than a Boolean model. So then what are the advantages it can have? So it is having a capability of ranking. So it provides a ranked list of results based on relevance, improving user satisfaction, and it's also flexible as it can handle partial matches and variations in term efficiency. So the disadvantages or the limitations of it can be complexity in implementation. So they are very much complex to be implemented than the Boolean models. So where you need to set each and every parameter has to be set here, but in Boolean model just with a simple three operations, something like an and or not, you can get your job done there. So then assumption of independence, so it assumes terms are independent, which may not always be true in a natural language context. So now let's have a small comparison between the two models. So when it comes to retrieval method, the Boolean model try to use an exact match, and in a vector space model we use something like a ranked similarity. Like we look out for the similarities in order to retrieving your search query. So when it comes to query complexity, Boolean model can have like simple logical operations, whereas the vector space model have a weighted vectors. So when it comes to output binary, it is like you will find the result for it, or else you will not find the result for it. This is the Boolean model condition. Whereas in a vector space, at least you will have a like similarity or your frequency, where you have like a most or recently or most ranked list of documents there. So when it comes to user interactions, Boolean models are like can or take intake like limited feedback, but whereas the vector space model support relevant feedback options. So application of the early models. So early models were foundational in developing search engines and database. So they have influenced how much information is indexed and retrieved today. So they have paved the way for more advanced models that incorporate machine learning and natural language processing techniques, which are most commonly used in today's world for the information retrieval thing. So that's it in this video, guys. Thank you.